Hello, 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 and welcome to yet another live detail here at the Rag Company, where it's a special festive St. Patrick's Day themed one. Yes, that's right. We got green. Don't worry, I'm wearing green pants. We're safe. We're not getting pinched today. But I think before I talk too much here, we should go see what's going on out in the studio, where we've got Sydney and Anthony waiting by to do some live detailing action. What do you guys got for us?
Dane, thank you so much. And to everybody watching, happy St. Patrick's Day. Hope you're all wearing some green because nobody wants to get pinched. Joining me today, Miss Sydney Gwynn, because we're going to be knocking out a green pants too. I don't think you're as flexible as Dane, though. Dane was kicking his leg up past his...
Well, I was trying to not look weird. Like,
So we all got some green on. I am rocking right now the TRC Performance zip-up hoodie in this kind of cool sage green. So you can check that out at theragcompany.com. But today's an exciting day, right? Not only is it one of my favorite days of the year, not just for the food, right? But just for the general vibes and hopefully having a little bit of luck on our side, because right now at theragcompany.com you can head there and you can actually pick up one of our mystery kits that is currently on sale right now. $77.77 gets you the option of one of 4 mystery kits, or maybe all 4 if you want to go that way. And this is going to get you well over $120 worth of products. So you're going to see, a pretty big discount in terms of what you're going to be able to get out of this. And we had a lot of fun making these. I did not know that apparently we are out of mystery box number 2.
oh, okay.
What the heck? So apparently that just happened. So we still have plenty of mystery box 1, 3, and 4. Needless to say, people love these mystery boxes and they're a lot of fun. We also have our limited sticker that is going to be coming with all of the mystery boxes as well. We went with a Willy Wonka theme this year, which Sid has been
so fun.
Very fun. And we had a lot of fun with the media and all of that. And so there's actually a video of Dane dressed up, breaking it down somewhere
Dropping
as an Oompa Loompa.
it like it's hot. Yeah. I am very bummed that he's not dressed in that today.
We told him to throw it back, and he definitely did it. He refused to wear the costume today, though, but that's okay. So anyways, head to theragcompany.com. We have our mystery kits that are still available. And today we're going to be doing a demonstration of just a standard wash. We actually have a couple of the products that are in some of these mystery kits in front of us right here. Not all of them, but a few of them. And we're going to be going through doing a soap and water wash on this. Is orange a St. Patty's Day color?
Not really, but it's okay.
I mean, it's like the beard. It's like the color of the leprechaun's beard, possibly.
Maybe, yeah.
Something like that.
I could see that.
Now, we actually have 4 golden tickets that we've been giving away during our mystery box sale, and so we're going to kind of go over that really quick. But basically, you have a 1 in 4 chance, not 1 in 14. I can't say that. There's 4 chances to win a golden ticket if you purchase a mystery box, and so there's 4 of these golden tickets. They're each valued at $100 of in-store credit at theragcompany.com, and so if you've purchased a mystery box, then you'd be eligible to potentially win one. And so hopefully there's maybe one left, right, that hasn't been claimed so far. So Joey Belinsky saying, hello, my friends. What a nice surprise. Orange is the Irish. Yeah, that's dumb. How do we not think about that?
Nope.
Orange is in the Irish flag. Dang it, Joey, you got us.
Thank you.
So we're bringing the green, we brought the orange, and of course we have a white backdrop here. So I think we've kind of covered all of our bases here. So today we're going to be going through with Optimum Touchless Wash. We're going to be spraying this down as kind of our pre-treatment foam. And then what do we do after that, Sid?
Well, I think we're actually going to start with wheels and tires.
Oh,
right?
okay. So
we're going to start with wheels and tires. We're going to start with Brake Buster. We're going to cover both in one. Then we'll move on to our Touchless. We will rinse that off because that's kind of our decon step, and then we will foam it and contact wash with Shampoo Plus from Armor Detail Supply.
Very cool. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. And then we'll finish up with a little bit of PSS on the tires just to top those up. But no, this should be a really fun wash, and so feel free to ask questions. We can talk about the sale if you guys want to talk about the sale. If you just wanted to sit back and relax and watch us wash and BS, do that. But feel free to chime in with questions as Dane's going to be kind of fielding those to us. And yeah, hopefully spreading good vibes. Are you guys eating corned beef and cabbage tonight?
No. Gosh.
What?
No.
You're not a corned beef and cabbage person?
Nope.
Sid.
Nope. I'm making zuppa Toscana tonight.
Sid. What? You have to have corned beef and cabbage. You have to have that, or maybe just a big potato dish.
I don't eat anything.
We live in the land of potatoes.
I don't eat anything that says corned beef or cabbage.
Really? Yeah.
It's not real beef, is it?
Yes. is absolutely real beef. We're looking pretty bad here on stream.
No cabbage.
We said we didn't know what orange was for in the Irish theme. That's not good. Okay.
No cabbage.
Demo, I will probably be eating a Pop-Tart, preferably with corned beef on top of it. So, Sid, are you ready to jump into this?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm going to start pre-treating. I'll probably start with the tires here, and maybe I'll have you follow up with the wheel brush. And
Sounds
so
good.
we're going to bring kind of over to here. Now, these wheels are, I don't know, they're in okay shape. Tires, we'll probably put on a good show here, so that'll be nice. And I'll pre-treat those. And so, Brake Buster is old reliable.
Yeah, totally.
When has it ever failed anybody? Never,
Yeah, it's
right?
never failed me.
It's never failed. And so,
Sometimes on the Brembo brakes it fails me, but
Yeah.
we'll give it that.
but we're getting some good browning here right off the tire, so Brake Buster is pretty instantaneous. I was actually thinking about foaming Brake Buster in the foam cannon today, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, well, we're going to be doing a lot of foaming anyhow, so
Yeah.
we'll just kind of start here. So, okay. So going through Brake Buster, again, building up that awesome lather here on these tires. These sidewalls are great for this. So we're using the Detail Factory tire brush right now. So this is in the teal colorway. This is Sid's favorite color.
Yes.
Is it not?
Yes, absolutely. If I could have everything in my shop with that color handle on it, I would be all about it.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so I've made a couple rings around this. So we'll call that good on there. Sid's going to
Looks
follow
good.
up here. Do you want any more Brake Buster?
Oh, no, I should be
you're
good.
good? Okay.
Yep, I should be good.
Come back here. I'm going to rinse out my brush really quick. And so we do actually have an update on the golden tickets
We do.
I will
Gabe
get
just
you guys
handed them
here.
to me.
in just a minute. Dane, how are we looking over there?
Good. People are mostly watching right now. However, I do have a few comments from people who are excited about the particular products being used today. I will say that Roberto Peralta here is very excited to see PNS Reflect used a little bit later.
Yeah.
Then I've got a shout out from Fine Detailing to PSS for use on the tires. Likes that idea. It says oldie but a goodie, but I gotta say, PSS really holds its own. I love that product. It's really
I've never
solid.
tried it before, so I'm pretty excited to try it today.
It's
PSS is
very
great.
different from like your traditional dressings and stuff. It's much more like a very light oil kind of goes on, but it's awesome.
Very
Then
cool.
I've also got DIY with Kane wanting to know a bit more about Optimum Touchless. He says, that sounds cool. Could you share some info on this? It's new to me. Is it similar to Built Hamber Touchless or Koshemi Active Foam?
So it would fall into a touchless wash category. So I will say it's got similarities there. In terms of the chemical makeup, I think that it is kind of Dr. G's own proprietary kind of soap mixture. And so I know that with Built Hamber Touchless, it's obviously kind of a sugar-based formula there, which is going to help with all the decon. I know that Active Foam is going to be higher on the alkalinity scale. I think that Touchless is going to be higher in alkalinity, but I can't say exactly. I don't know what the exact number is off the top of my head.
Can I borrow the? I'm gonna borrow this.
Oh yeah, of course I didn't
Thank you
spray.
for
Yep.
through the wheel.
Sheepstar did have some good input here based on what you were saying there, saying that in response to Kane, from what he's seen, it's not nearly as strong as, say, like Active Foam or something like that, but he's saying it's more like it's really strong by rinseless standards.
Yeah.
It's probably a better way to look at it.
We did some side-by-side testing with actually a few of the other products that we had, and we were very surprised how well Optimum Touchless did. I'll borrow that from you.
There you go.
And Optimum Touchless, I mean, it does a good job, and it builds out a really, really good-looking foam, and so I'm excited for you guys to see that if you've never seen it before. And then going back to the comment about PNS Reflect, so we wanted to include that today because we really haven't covered that a whole lot in terms of lives. And so we're going to do an application of that and show you guys, and Sid's going to go over her tips and tricks. But there's also another reason why PNS Reflect is in this, today's video. There might be a mystery box that contains it, maybe. Well, I'll leave it at that. So
Only Anthony knows for sure.
Right.
apparently I'm the only one that knows what's in all of the mystery
You are,
boxes.
yeah. You are.
And so I think that they're a good. Every single box is a good box. I don't think you're going to be let down with any of the boxes. They're all going to be good stuff. One of them has
I
a.
need the brake buster, and I'll do this.
Oh
front
yeah,
one.
sorry.
Then we'll switch.
I'm kind of wasting time here.
Oh, you're
with all
good.
the scrubbing, but I'll start there
You're
and
good.
hand that to you. But one of the boxes actually, I don't want to spoil it, but may contain a combination of two products that makes one ultimate product that you have to scream out at the top of your lungs. I wonder if anybody's picking up what I'm putting down here. Dane, are you picking up what I'm putting down?
I'm thinking it has something to do with things that fall out of trees and then land on the earth.
See, yeah,
Wow.
I think you're onto something. But yeah, there's one box that might have a combination of two of those things in it. I'm not going to say
like
which
it.
one.
Now, I have a comment here, kind of a question comment from Fine Detailing, wondering curveball brush on the wheels.
Okay, I was
Mine only
just-
sees interior of my own clean car.
Well, so I was just going to bring this up because when Anthony put it in the bucket, I thought a curveball for wheels. Like I've never done that before, but I'm not going to lie, this actually works really good.
For well-maintained wheels, like coated
Yeah.
wheels, this is pretty much
Yeah.
all you need.
Well,
these
and these
wheels,
ones, the spokes are far enough apart, right?
Yeah.
So it makes cleaning these really super fast.
The curveball can be used for so many different things, but the thing is, I think that with all the different colors that the curveball are in now, you can give certain brushes a certain task, right?
yeah.
So I have multiple curveball brushes. I have one
Right.
curveball brush that's just for my plastics, right? I have another curveball brush that I use for my door jams, right? And like my gas cap area. And then I have another curveball that's my bad curveball. That was like my first demo unit I think I got.
Yeah.
I use that on my wheels.
Yeah, no, this worked great. I like it.
Then I've got Mark Steele here with a compliment for Sydney, saying, watching in the UK, not long after, started using a few P&S products after watching Sydney.
Oh, well, thank you. That's nice.
And then I've got Joey Belinsky screaming, I'm sure it's unrelated, says Coconut Earth, all caps.
Maybe Joey's onto something, possibly.
And our good buddy Steve Pearson, Anthony, saying the
Steve.
teal one performs the best.
It does.
does.
I agree, Steve.
The color makes a massive difference there.
It
Look
does.
at what just came off of that. Gross. That's what came off that tire. I gotta rinse this, Sid.
Wow.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is-
that looks good.
I'm gonna steal this from you.
That is gnarly.
Yeah, just a bit of chalky milk.
Yeah. And I'm gonna delicately rinse my hand there. All right.
And then Dan Volt's here with a question for Anthony.
Yeah.
Anthony, any advice on keeping your back safe and healthy while detailing? Having had back surgery myself, it's something I'm very mindful of. Thanks.
I don't know, man. I'm still learning myself. I'm like, you can ask the guys. I'm still kind of like, I'm not picking up certain things and kind of doing things a little bit differently these days. I'm hoping I'll get back to this normal and not have to think about it as much. But yeah, I think for the most part, just moving properly, not lifting things like dumb. Like if I'm not gonna go lift like this 5-gallon bucket of water and try to like lift it over my head or anything like that. I'm gonna use my legs to lift and try to keep my back straight when I can. And yeah, but I mean, as far as like bending into an interior and vacuuming and all that stuff, I don't think there's anything you can avoid there. You're still gonna have to bend and twist and do certain things. But
Sure.
looks like Sheepstar said,
Yeah, gave some advice.
stretching before and after. Broke his back in 2015. Got to go through the motions to keep things happy. Find a good RMT as well to get the insights into what you need. So yeah, I think it's kind of a combination of a little bit of everything, right? It's good movement. It's stretching, physical therapy, core strengthening, all that stuff. And so I think it all kind of adds up to it. But again, I'm still kind of learning, right, in the process of that. All right, so really quick here, before we jump into the Touchless, I actually have some golden tickets here. And what the heck? I actually have 3 winners at this point, right? But one of them is blank, which means that I think there is still yet to be the announcement or the person who's won this. That means there's still time. So the 3 golden ticket winners, we're just going to cover this right now. We're just going to knock this out. So winner 1, we have Zachary C. So who knows who that is? I can't say the order number. I'm just saying the names here. Zachary C. Second golden ticket winner is Nicholas F. Third golden ticket winner is Dalton W. And that means there's still one golden ticket left. And yes, we are shipping these to your house. And I think we're actually sending these separately. So you're going to be able to get these. These are a high quality golden ticket sticker that you can put on whatever you want. But there is still one golden ticket winner left, which means there's still plenty of time to get this last one before the sale ends. And who knows, it could be you. So I'm going to go ahead and set these aside so they don't get all wet, wet and nasty.
Yeah, very cool.
All right.
Okay,
and then
Dean.
I've got a few more here if you guys are ready, but that's excellent. So, yeah, people are obviously very excited. And, of course, like you would expect, they're all, pretending they won. So we got to be looking out for that. Hans Closen, I'm looking at you, buddy. All right. So let's see. Hokey2 saying, detailed my car this weekend, clayed with bead maker as seen in a video with Sydney. Used Defender afterwards, and the gloss is insane. Super slick, too.
Such a great process.
Yes. And then I've got Iced Out Detailing with a good question. We haven't really touched on this lately. So when's the interior live videos going to start, though? The people here and their fur babies are killing my shoulders.
That's a good idea. I think the difficult part there is going to be just the noise that happens. Lighting and just the noise that happens. I mean, I know for me, probably like 20% of the interior detail is vacuuming and blowing, which... that's really loud. So we could try to do it, but it would be a little bit noisy.
Yeah.
Then I've got Alessio here, kind of a complex, multi-part question, so I'll go ahead and throw it to you guys. Says, question, when using a drying aid like Geon iWash, which has SiO2 in it, doesn't that make my towel somewhat hydrophobic instead of taking up all the water? Then he follows and says, I feel like my drying towels don't dry that good anymore like they were new. I think I know where this is going. I have the Meguiar's liquid wax on my car and maintain it every wash with a ceramic spray wax and rinsing it off. But yeah, I don't know what it is. Could you maybe give your thoughts on this? We actually have the solution. I know it's hard to believe, but we do have a solution. And these guys are pretty much responsible for it. So tell us, what is it?
Yeah. So Rags to Riches. So Rags to Riches is a microfiber wash that has the ability to actually strip all of those sealants and waxes out of your towels. And so you want to use that as your normal weekly maintenance wash. But then if you start to feel like your towels get clogged, you can actually soak them. And so I will take my towels and I'll soak them, for 24 hours in a higher concentration of Rags to Riches. So I usually do, like in a 5-gallon bucket, I probably do, a quarter of a cup to a half a cup. I kind of eyeball that, and I let them soak and then I wash them as normal. The other thing that you can do that I have found that actually prevents them from getting clogged is I have a spray bottle with Rags to Riches in it, about 16 ounces to a half an ounce. And when I'm done drying the vehicle, I will actually just spritz the towel with the Rags to Riches solution and stick it in my laundry basket. And that really kind of stops that from curing in there right away. So that's like my number one. If you can remember to do that, that's what I would do, is spray down your drying towel before you stick it in your laundry basket. Makes all the difference in the world.
No, that is excellent. And yeah, I know there's going to be people out there who are thinking,
like how you're doing the makeup thing. That's great.
Yeah, totally influencer
I love
move. But yeah, so I think some people instinctually be like, well, I saw there was these other microfiber detergents out there. Yeah. I figured they're all kind of the same, right? But I'm telling you, Rags to Riches truly is different. It was made specifically with this stuff in mind. It's not just for cleaning microfiber. It's specifically designed with detailing microfiber in mind, because they know you're going to face off with stuff that you maybe don't run into in other fields of use.
Yeah. Yep.
So specifically, the ingredients cover that.
Okay, so are we ready to do some touchless? So I think we kind of talked a lot there. So I think it's time for some action. So what we have here, Optimum Touchless Wash. So it's a decon wash. It's something that you can use for your decon steps before going through the full polish and clay and doing all that. or you can have this just be a maintenance decon wash. So whether your vehicle's coated or there's a wax or a sealant on there, this is not going to necessarily majorly degrade a wax or a sealant. It's going to be 100% safe on coatings, but just know that, I mean, this is going to be a higher pH wash to a certain degree, so it is going to do something, right? But for the most part, every single time we've used it, I think it's actually our second bottle that we're on right now here in the TRC studio. We've already ran through one bottle, and we've used it quite a bit, and it's done just such a good job. It's got a, as far as the smell goes, it's kind of got like a fruity smell to it. It's light.
Oh, yeah.
It's not super strong.
Kind of a soapy fruit.
But it doesn't smell like caustic. It doesn't smell bad. It actually smells pretty decent. So in the foam can in here, I think I have about, I want to say I put about 100 mils inside here. Okay. And so just kind of filled up that bottom section just to have it put on a good show. But let's go ahead and do a close-up here, showing you that the car is in fact dirty, right? You check out the windows, check out the doors.
A little bit of that acid rain stuff going on up here.
Did you notice that the other day? We had some of that bad rain that kind of just...
Yeah, definitely it's all over this. So we get this like acid rain like once a year, right?
A couple times a year, depends.
And all the cars end up with this white, chalky
It's kind of
water
silty,
spots.
chalky.
Yeah, it's like super gross, super gross. So this has a little bit of that on it.
It's what we usually just call dirty rain, but I mean, this kind is particularly potent. It happens around this time of year.
Yep.
And I do have a couple more questions, but I don't want to stop you guys from working, so maybe we can just hit these while we're on the move.
I can answer them while Anthony's going.
I'm gonna start laying it down. Tell me when you are ready, Mr. Jimmy. Are we good?
Hans Closen wanted to make sure the Rags to Riches cleans bead maker that ends up in your hair. I'm not saying use that in your hair. But.
So I've never tried it in my hair. That's actually not a bad idea. I know I always complain about bead maker in my hair. I have not tried that, but I did find out that actually like one of the cheapest products on the market, Suave Clean, takes the bead maker out of my hair.
Well, that's
so it's like $1.74 straight.
And then I have a good question here from Lakes Country Detailer, wondering, is there an attachment you can get for your vacuum with a light on the end to help see in dark areas?
So I think I lost Dane, but I'll answer this question. So is there an attachment that you can get for your vacuum with a light in the end to help see dark areas? So there's a couple different things you can do. I know that the buff bright light that you can attach to your polishers, there is an attachment where you can stick it on your vacuum as well. I've used those before. It a little bit did get in my way, so it wasn't my favorite thing ever, but the other things, you can do a couple other things. You can use the scan grip lights that go across the inside of the vehicle, and that lights up your car. The more you can get light in there, it helps you with the vacuum. And then I do have one attachment. I got it on Amazon. I believe it's Shopvac brand. They had a nozzle and a crevice tool that both had a light that came on when the suction came on, so there wasn't even a battery involved. And that one works okay. I wouldn't say that it's like stellar, but it does work okay. You know, you can also wear like a headlamp. I think this is one of those age-old, there's always been, you know, how do I light this thing up? But what I have found is I prefer the scan grip, the tube lights that go across. That, you know, I would rather the light be out of my way. And if it's attached to the vacuum, I find that it was a little bit in my way.
No, that really helps. Thank you.
Yeah.
Then I've got Bob Jones here saying, used Absolute Rinseless based on one of your demos. Incredible product. Much thanks.
Yes, it is. It is just an awesome, awesome product.
And then I've got G. Davis here. Of course, G. Davis popping in to say hello. You know how we do. Anthony's enthusiasm for the golden tickets gave me Jerry Lewis telethon vibes from back in the day.
Nice.
Jerry Lewis
telethon
vibes. Here come the clowns.
See you, G. Davis.
Send in the clowns.
We are very happy to see G.
That does smell really good.
That smells good.
Yeah.
I never get sick of that smell. That's like probably my second favorite smelling shampoo next to I think GSF.
Yeah, it smells good.
Okay, so we are going to let that dwell here for just a minute or two. And so Decon soap sticks around for a decent amount of time. They're waterless, or not waterless, what the heck am I saying?
Touchless.
They're touchless soap. Sticks around for quite some time. It actually puts on a pretty decent show. You can see here this hood, it is just clinging onto this. It's just, it's not moving, it's not going anywhere. But It has a very
coated. Did we address that? Is it coated?
This
Yeah, is there any
car-
protection at all?
I remember seeing it get polished, but I don't remember if it's been coated.
Gabriel would know.
We'll probably be able to figure it out when we wash it.
Gabriel would know,
Yeah.
but I can't remember off the top of my head if it's coated or not. But no, it seems to be holding on to the soap pretty well. And
Yeah.
so this is going to probably dwell for another minute or two, and then we'll rinse everything off and we'll kind of see what
Nice.
we're working with. But
That's good.
it does a really good job, especially going on dry like that. We have not used it in direct sun, so we need somebody to probably test that theory out
Yeah.
for us, because I don't think it's
Yeah.
been out since we've had sunny outdoor weather,
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
honest.
So Doer, I was worried about your Zamboni myself, and because I hadn't seen it in a good minute, but I did see it come out of the closet yesterday. So the Zamboni
Yeah.
is in fact back there, and they're getting it primed up ready for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like that the Audi has had Phobic applied to it from Armor
Okay.
Detail Supply,
Uh-huh.
which is going to be their spray-on kind of coating.
Right, yep,
Well, their
okay.
spray coating, I should
Yeah.
say. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and rinse it. And we're going to see how this looks.
All
So
right.
let's go ahead and do it.
Cool.
Then I've got a few others here.
Got
I've
it.
got Hans Klosen also pointing out, as Sydney did, Buffrite makes lights for the vacuum, but I like their headlamp better. Battery lasts about 10 hours.
Yeah.
Then I've got a separate one here from someone new to this. This might not be the right time to ask, but I'm new to detailing and I'm starting a mobile business. And I'm wondering what the best way to wash is in direct sunlight. Would a pop-up tent help?
Yes. So the biggest thing when washing outside is not necessarily the temperature, it is the direct sunlight, because that is going to dry it on the surface, whatever you're using. You know, from start to finish, you're going to have trouble. So definitely a pop-up tent. The biggest thing too is the temperature of the panels that you're working on. So if you have like a black car that's been sitting out in the sun, you know, the temperature of those panels is really, really hot. So a black car is going to get hotter than, say, a white car. And so if you do like what Anthony's doing right now and you use a pressure washer, what's going to happen is all that fine little mist from the pressure washer is actually going to bake into that paint surface. So you definitely want to use a pop-up tent. You know, try to cool down the surfaces, you know, fairly quickly. And then the biggest thing, once you start washing, is try to do panel by panel. I know that can be somewhat a little bit difficult, like when using a pressure washer, but try to get half the car wet, you know, and you want to keep going back over. So if you've washed the passenger side and then you're moving on to the driver's side, you're going to need to keep going and re-wetting all of those areas. But try to initially in your first rinse, try to, you know, contain it to one area, just so that you're not getting those overspray water spots, because those are no fun. So a couple things you need to pay attention to is the temperature of the surface and then the direct sunlight, because that will literally bake that stuff on there. So pop-up tent is great. Excellent thing to have for sure.
I like this comment here from Sheepstar, wondering if during the rinse process we would see tiger stripes.
It kind of looks like it, right? I think you're going to see some on the back window here in about 5 seconds.
I mean, orange car, Bengals fan, it's pretty clear.
Yep.
I would expect like a Tony the Tiger plushie in there somewhere.
Yes.
Let's see.
Yep.
Sydney, this one's for you. This is from
Okay.
Bree. Bree wondering, does Sydney have a video of her story posted anywhere on her background and how she got into car detailing?
I do actually. So if you go to the PNS YouTube channel and look under, and I don't remember the name of the playlist, but it's going to be under like MTE events or presentations or something like that. So about, I want to say it was probably 3 years ago, I did do a presentation at MTE where I told my whole story. And so that is on there. I think it's like an hour long, but that would be the best place to start. It is on the PNS channel, and just look for MTE events or something like that. There's a playlist, and it only has 2 videos in it, so look for that playlist.
Then I've got a few more here, although it's mostly people asking about sponges and stuff, so we can get into that in a moment. Hokey2 here saying, I've used Dreammaker on top of Beadmaker. You'll get more gloss. I think Defender is more glossy than Beadmaker. Will topping that with Dreammaker diminish the hydrophobics? Will it add more gloss?
So that's all, it's kind of all relative and hard to gauge, but so yes, you are right in the fact that topping with Dreammaker will make Beadmaker more glossy. Beadmaker has kind of a warm glow, so does Dreammaker. They're both a little bit on the warm glow. Defender is a little bit more on the cool glow. So you absolutely could top Defender with Dreammaker. It will not diminish the hydrophobics, and it will kind of give you that more immediate, warmer glow. So for sure, it's hard because we're talking like very minimal differences, but those of us that, really pay attention to that kind of stuff, we can tell the difference. But yes, Dreammaker is going to make anything that you top it with a little bit more. It's just a different type of gloss, which really, when you have a product like Dreammaker, it only has one job, and its one job is to create insane amount of gloss. So,
excellent point. Then I've got Michael Bro here saying, what vacuum do you recommend for the interior?
Oh man, so I am a little bit spoiled in the fact that I have a built-in central vac unit, which I think that if you're in that position, you're moving into a new home or you have a central vac, I highly recommend using it. So for me, I put in a 5,000 square foot unit. Not that my house is that big, but the higher square footage, the higher lift the vacuum has. And so I have a central vac unit, but the best part is that I have the retractive vac system, which is where the hose sucks up into the ceiling. But you can also do that with the Vacuum-Aid garage vacuum. Very good. It has about 150 pole, super good vacuum, much smaller. I still think mine works better, but a really good option to like a shop vac. So shop vacs are always going to have a little bit less pull, I think around 114 to 120. So I prefer the built-in, and just so you can keep your hose out of the way and stuff. I also am a big fan of the built-in so that you don't have it running around you behind, you're not pulling it where you could accidentally bang into the vehicle or something like that. So I prefer a built-in with a long hose, but yeah, check out the Vacuum-Aid. I think it's about $400. It's really good.
Anthony, nice little compliment for you from Steve saying your foaming work is pure art.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
That's why I left it to him. He's the great foamer.
Thank you so much, Steve.
If this was a rinseless wash, I'd be all over it.
All right, so I'm jumping into this. I'm actually using the Ultra Safe sponge here with our soap and water wash today. Works awesome, especially when using a snow, like a pre-foam like we did here with the Shampoo Plus. I just like it because I feel like I'm like a sniper with this sponge. Like I feel like I can see exactly where I want to go and kind of where I've been, using like the soap as like my tracer effect, and it works well. And so getting up here, getting the top, and the sponge also just feels really, really good with Shampoo Plus and many other snow foams. And so there might be there might be a mystery box with one in it. I don't know. Maybe there is. Maybe there isn't.
Can't wait to find out when people.
Yeah, you have to find out, right?
Oh, you guys will like this. I got Graydon Wolf here. He's kind of spamming the chat. He's thrown this up a couple times, but we actually already have a solution for this. He's saying, hey guys, go to Obsessed Garage and order some of those foam cannon quick disconnects for your PF22s. They're really great.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
yeah.
the last few weeks, Gabe and Jimmy and all you guys kind of went nuts picking up some special quick disconnects of your own.
We did. We actually almost dropped the sponge there. We actually have gotten a couple different quick disconnects that we've ordered. We've sourced from kind of multiple different areas to find which ones we would like best. And I think we're on the right track. We're getting somewhere. Oopsie. And so we've been nerding out over a couple different pressure washer things lately. All right.
IJ here wondering, hey, is that a rinseless sponge?
This is a rinseless sponge, but this is a sponge that you can also use with soap and water. It's called our Ultra Safe sponge, and it works awesome. What I'm feeling down here, Sid, is we've got like tar. I got tar on this side.
The bottom is pretty Idaho contaminated.
Yeah,
if you get down to a certain point, you definitely feel
But I'm like feeling like pure tar at a certain point down here. And so, yeah, that's like almost spray on a tar remover kind of level. I don't know if Jimmy can see any of this. Yeah. It's actually coming off. I think that just a quick little clay will remove that. I think that phobic spray coating is actually helping. But yeah, this is just a really, looks like she'd maybe have driven through something.
And then Anthony here, I've got Alessio again.
Okay.
Saying, could you be better off washing either panel by panel or just side per side when washing outside in the sun?
Panel per panel. So depends. Depends how fast you are. If you work pretty quick and you can do side to side, go for it. If you feel like you don't want the stress, you don't want to have to worry about things drying, then go panel by panel. Say it's kind of up to you. It's kind of what you're willing to do. I know that there's some times where I'll do wash up my driveway where the sun's still out, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm fast enough to do one side. And I start in on it, I go, crap. And I'm rushing and I'm stressed and I'm like, I wish I would have just done one fender, one door, and just knocked it out a section at a time. I would have been much less stressed. And so it's all about what you're willing to take on. Depends on how much sun exposure you have. Depends on how hot it is. Depends what chemicals you're using. Just, yeah, be smart. Do you already get the roof here, Sid?
I tried.
Okay.
That's probably a good point to say that Brian here, throwing a little shade at me, you guys are doing a better job than that other guy last Thursday.
Oh, man.
The other guy
People like to give you guys a hard time.
Well, you know, they waited a long time to see me detail because they're like, you know, he never does it. Then I do it, and it sounds like Brian didn't like it very much. So
I thought you did a great job, Dane.
Thank you, Sid. I appreciate that.
You did the best you could.
I was impressed. I had to keep asking him, how'd you get your wheels and tires so clean?
The car looks good. And also shout out to Carson for doing the last bit of treatment on the wheels and tires after we were done. He did an excellent job getting those things looking even better. I was impressed.
Yeah, so what I like about the sponge, so check this out, right? Ultra Safe sponge. Jimmy, not my face. The sponge. Here we go, ready? 3, 2, 1. I'm going up into this crevice here. So what's nice about the sponge, right? It's going to have that flex to where I can actually get up into those cracks and crevices, go up to that edge there, and then bring it down and clean all that up. And so the USS is capable of doing that, but I'll tell you right now that when we had just the UBS was just much stiffer, and it couldn't get to that level, at least not without a couple months of washing with it. And so what's nice is the USS pretty much right out of the box, you're able to really get to those contoured edges and really clean things up faster. But cool. Sid, I think
That was pretty good. Pretty easy, yeah.
that was pretty easy.
Yeah.
Oh, now Brian just says he was kidding. Ugh, I don't know what to
Thanks for
believe
saying
anymore.
that.
Yeah,
Brian.
Dane. They're
I
playing
think it
with
just feels bad.
They're playing with your heart now.
Mark Steele wondering why you guys aren't using the 2-bucket method.
Well, I think the 2-bucket method is dead, Mark. I think it's done. I think that with the day and age that we're living in now, with how good our chemicals are, and the advent of grit guards and foam cannons and all that kind of stuff, I think that the 2-bucket is just overkill at this point. I think if we were not doing a pre-foam or a touchless or anything like that, then yeah, I could see how a 2-bucket could be warranted. But we're doing so many other steps that I feel like the last thing I need to worry about is another bucket. So Sid's doing a rinse right now. That tar was really bad on those doors. I was not a big fan of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can see it now.
Gabe Garcia really shouting out the Ultra Safe sponge here. What a sponge. You'll only see me sailing with the USS when it comes to a sponge on my vehicle's paint.
Gabe,
What a ringing endorsement.
Can you stop that? You're being weird on the live stream. Stop being a weirdo. All right, so I'm gonna help Maddie out here. There's just a ton of tar down here on the, contamination. So I'm going to just take my soapy clay mitt here and spray a little bit of Amplify in there because we are going to be doing an Amplify as a drying aid, so I feel totally comfortable spraying a little bit more, coming down here and then cleaning up these lowers, and that tar is melting off. That feels amazing, actually. What the heck, this feels like really good. It feels like really good. I'm removing contaminants, and this thing feels like like I'm slicing through butter. Like I'm literally just using like 2 fingers here, and it's all coming off. So that's really nice. Sid,
Yeah.
you gotta come try this.
Yeah, this whole other side is covered too.
Is that whole other side covered? Because I want you to try this with, I'm using Amplify right now, with just
Okay.
a soapy,
Yeah.
with this soapy kind of clay mitt, or clay mitt. And take this, I'm gonna dunk this. We're trying, so I've never done this combo before.
Nice,
So
okay.
knock at that rear door there, spray Amplify down there, spray it a couple times on the mitt.
Wow, listen to that. You guys hear that?
But see how fast it cut? I mean,
Yeah,
it's cutting
wow.
through that fast.
That's really nice.
And see how nice that feels?
Yeah.
Joey here likes the idea of wash clay seal with Amplify.
I've never tried it,
I
honestly.
haven't tried that, but not gonna. It's pretty.
That feels pretty good, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and can you guys hear that?
Oh,
it's
there's a lot of
it's like
contamination.
but all of a sudden it's there, and then it's just gone, right?
Yeah, but like one pass, it's just
Yeah.
taking it right
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, that's really cool. Very nice.
That's what, I want to spray this side again. I want to see if
This is really.
we're restoring any hydrophobics, because let's see this.
That's really crazy.
I'm gonna spray this door here, Jimmy. Oh yeah. Check that out, Sid.
That's what it's
wow.
supposed to
Oh,
be
yeah.
doing. That's great.
Nice. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's back. Yeah. Great.
I'm gonna do this other side because it is just as bad.
Yeah, I've never used Amplify as a
Yeah.
called a clay lubricant, but I've never used it. I was too lazy to go and grab something else. So
Wow, that is.
trying things out for the first time here. I mean, Amplify, it's such a good product though. It may be in one of the mystery boxes. What?
Huh?
Did I say that?
Huh?
This is not a plug. This was not planned. I just want people to know that. This is just like,
Yeah.
this is just a guess. But,
So this side was even worse. Look how bad that is right there.
oh yeah, no, it's horrible.
Isn't that nuts?
Is it still coming off?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like in one pass.
One
literally.
pass.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't think Amplify was designed to be a clay lube, but like in the case that the car is wet and we have enough water to dilute whatever the heck would be on it anyways,
Yeah.
that I don't think it's an issue. And we're just using Shampoo Plus, as far as the soap goes, that we dunked the mitt into.
Yeah, Steve seems excited at the concept of
No,
using Amplify
it
as a
feels
clay
like-
lube.
It feels really good. It
Very
feels
cool.
awesome.
Then I got a comment here from Ryan Esvito.
Do you want to do the back?
Ryan says, how often should you clay a ceramic-coated vehicle?
Depends.
Really, just like as needed,
As
honestly.
needed. Some people it might be once a year.
Yeah.
Some people it might be a couple times a year.
Right.
Some people it might be once every
Yeah.
5 years. Some people may not
Right.
ever have to.
Yeah, like all of my ski families right now that go up to the mountain a lot.
Yeah.
They all need it done. So it just
Mm-hmm.
depends. Like generally speaking, once a year. But it also depends on if it bothers the person too.
Yeah.
I mean, like there's a lot of people that probably don't even know that their car's contaminated. So, but generally speaking, once a year. But also if you live in a really dirty area and you get contamination, you can do it as often as you need. That's kind of the beauty of the clay, is it doesn't remove any of the ceramic. It doesn't affect anything.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and start drying things off. So we're just gonna do Amplify. We're just gonna spray it around the car. A couple sprays per panel. Sid's got a liquidator there. I got a smaller liquidator in my hand, and we're gonna get this done.
Hokey 2 saying, oh my God, now I need Amplify. And then Joey saying, I do this all the time with Amplify. I feel like I discovered something. Yay for me.
I've never done this. Joey,
never told us, Joey. You have to tell us.
This was my first time. Never done it.
Jeff C.
Feels
Wonderful
awesome.
Jeff C. here, saying he's had great luck with Hero as a clay lube as well.
Oh, yeah. Here would be great as a clay lube.
For sure.
We've done that before. So.
Then Amplify is my favorite product in my arsenal, says Fine Detailing.
Really? Okay. That means a lot coming from Ryan. There we go. That's nice.
And Sheepstar here, who tries lots of products and tends to review them and stuff, says Amplify is really, really good as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig it, dude. I think it's the smell for me, but it's a combination of like a lot of things. I like the smell, the feel. I haven't had any mad streaking or buildup issues with it.
How easy it is, and how the visual, like for me, like I always notice, when I go back, I'm like, dang, that's really shiny.
Looks good.
Shout out to Ryan Azevedo, who is excited that I pronounced his last name correctly. You're welcome, buddy. I realize sometimes it can be difficult, but I've known a few Acevedos, so I hoped I got it close.
I know.
That stuff is so nasty from that rain.
Yep. It leaves marks, doesn't it?
It does. But you have to apply pressure to get some of that stuff off. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think my truck is covered in this crap as well, so I need to clean mine and get this stuff off.
And then I've got Joey saying that he has 2 gallons of Amplify on deck, probably his most used product that isn't a soap.
Oh, wow.
And Graydon Wolf also agreeing that Amplify is awesome. I think it's basically just everybody concurs. Amplify is great.
Yep.
Then Hans Closen saying Wax Stock isn't happening this year. Oh.
I did see that, yeah.
Oh, no.
Dang it, Hans. I know you love wax stock. I know there's a lot of people look forward to it every year. That's a bummer.
Yeah. Then I've got some other questions here. Back to when you guys were doing the washing, we had a little commentary regarding sponges, because that always seems to happen. So there are those who call me Tim. There are some who call me Tim, says, I recently bought a DIY Detail Legacy sponge, and it's making me yearn for my old UBS. I like the USS, but I think it's a little too soft. Has more drag on the surface when used side by side with a Legacy sponge.
People problems.
So I think that's a matter of taste, because it definitely depends on the product you're using. The USS really is meant to be like the most gentle sponge you can use.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the difference. I mean, because, yeah, you don't necessarily want, so here's my problem. The softer a sponge is, right, technically, the more it can contour, the finer the foam is, generally speaking, of just meaning that the cells are just a little bit, they're more closed. And due to that, right, you're not getting the stiffness. The stiffness is what's going to provide the glide, right? So let's just say you take the old a Big Red sponge, right? That had a lot of good glide to it, but that was a very stiff sponge. And that took a long time to break down. And I mean, it would take months and months and months for it to break down. And then even at a certain point, you would still use it and kind of feel like, is this safe? Like, this kind of still feels like it's mildly abrasive. I mean, it wouldn't be. It was safe, but it just kind of felt that way. Whereas with the USS, it's kind of like you can jump straight in. You know it's safe. Yeah, it has a little bit of grab to it, depending on what product that you're using. Soap, there's no grab at all. Kind of depends rinseless to rinseless, but you're exchanging the grab, or the grab for the pliability, and for something that could be stiffer and could be maybe slightly more abrasive. I don't want to say abrasive, but I mean, it could be. So, I don't know. Take what you will from that. I don't know. We did a lot of testing. I've tested a lot of sponges, and I kind of have my own personal opinion. Everybody has their own other personal opinions, and I don't know. That's it. If you like what we like,
that's excellent.
You might like that.
And then he followed up wondering if he could ever get a blue or a teal sponge that feels a little bit stiffer.
That's tough, right? Because now we're kind of getting into like, I don't know, we're getting clay categories, right? Now it's like
right.
Fine clay, ultra fine clay,
Medium.
super fine clay, medium, hard. I mean, like, yeah, I suppose there could be different varieties of sponges for different types of washing. I think it really just depends on what the demand actually is, right? I mean, we know that the rinseless demand is there, but we know that a lot of people for rinseless washing, sponges maybe aren't their favorite thing. Some people like to use chenille mitts, some people like to use towels, some people like to use like cyclone mitts. So it's kind of tough because, you know, you could probably make 5 different varieties of sponges, and people would still have something to say of like,
Totally.
this one still feels like
Yep.
this. We're like, we're giving you 5. There's not 1 out of the 5. I still like this other company. I still like this other company.
Yep.
I don't know. You got to leave something for everybody. So,
David here has a
good.
question I hadn't even considered before. Do you guys carry a bigger rinseless sponge? I don't mind the USS, but my hands are a little too big for it. David, that sounds like a great problem to have.
yeah,
Good for
I
you,
don't
buddy.
know if I could if I could handle something bigger than that.
Great.
I don't know. Sid, we're going to jump into the Reflect
Okay,
application.
let's
So
do it.
you are going to lead me on this. So
Okay. All right.
let's knock out this side over here since it's going to be pretty visible.
Okay, so this is going to be super easy. So this is going to, it is a glass, it's kind of like TrueView and Defender had a baby.
Okay.
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 So it is a glass cleaner, but more importantly, it's a glass finisher. So it's going to leave that SiO2. It's going to, provide optical clarity, super slick, great hydrophobics, and just overall protection. So you can use it inside or outside. I love it on interior glass. The only thing that I will say is anytime you combine 2 products, you lose a little bit of efficacy, right? So where you're going to lose a little bit is on the cleaning part. So if you have smoke-filled windows or dog nose prints, whatever, I would still pre-clean those with TrueView.
Okay.
Just like you would, when we talk about Swift. If it's really dirty, you're not going to use that to clean. So if the windows are super dirty, still pre-clean them, but otherwise you're good to go. So the super easy, all you're going to do is just literally spray it on, 2 sprays per window, and then always I still use my box method and I kind of spread it around, right? So it's not perfect. Wait 2 seconds and then you're going to flip your towel and it's just going to literally glide right off, no streaks. It smells really good. You like the smell?
I do like the smell.
Yeah, smells really good and super, it just goes on super easy. And then it's just really slick. So
That's nice. I imagine if you were to clay this beforehand, it's going to be even even
so
better.
it's just a really easy spray to use that does a really great job on the glass.
That
It leaves
looks
it
good.
Super, yeah, it looks really
looks
good.
good.
Yeah. So it's a really fun
More of
product.
that-
It
more of that
definitely
stuff. So here we go on a smaller scale
it's in
here.
my top 5.
There's one little spray. We've got a little overspray. I think that's probably fine.
Yeah.
Can we go around? Let's just say box it in, right? Knock out the outside. Do a quick little smear or a little run over it.
Yep.
Flip the towel. Wait a second, and then buff that off.
Yeah.
And that
Just
feels
disappears. Yeah.
that feels nice.
So
That's what I
easy
was doing
to
on my Flex last week. I loved
Wow.
using Reflect.
Yeah.
That was my
Super,
first time ever
super
using
Anything
it.
else
and
you
it was
wanted to
great.
demonstrate? Interior, is it safe?
No, it is totally safe for the interior. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
So
So,
I'm gonna-
these aren't terribly dirty.
I'm gonna do a couple sprays here on this one.
Yeah.
There we go.
Cool.
I'll flip my towel to my other side.
GR4 had a question for you guys regarding Reflect. Can I use it even if I use Stout as the main coating or stick to TrueView?
So you're not going to use Stout on the glass. So absolutely. So my process for doing coatings is I do Stout on the paint and the plastics and the wheels, and then I do View, so not TrueView, View on the front windshield only. So that is a true ceramic for glass. You don't need to put that on the side, and it's just expensive. There's not a lot of benefits on the side. So you're still going to do View on the windshield and then Reflect on the side glass. So once I've done Stout, I've done my windshield coating, then I go around and I clean the inside and outside of all the windows. It's kind of my finishing step, really, to finish the glass off with Reflect. So yeah, you still want to do that.
Wow, that feels really good.
Yeah, super nice, right?
Yeah.
And on the inside, so here's the beauty of doing it on the inside, is that then when the kids touch it, or they try to stick stickers, or the dog touches it, it kind of repels against it and keeps kind of the fingerprints and all the nasty stuff from sticking to the window next time. So it actually makes cleaning the interior of your windows way easier next time.
Yeah. Look at that.
pretty
Look
cool.
how, look how
Yeah.
nice that looks. That looks
Yeah,
great.
totally.
That
So-
looks really, really good.
Yeah.
IJ
great.
and Stealth had a follow-up question. They both wanted to know how safe it was on various tints, specifically ceramic tints,
Yeah,
but then just in
100% safe.
general.
Yeah, 100% safe on all tints. Yeah, for sure.
I am
Okay.
going to accelerate this tire drying process. I'm going to grab an Eagle blower and blow these wheels and tires because I want to do the PSS application. But in my opinion, PSS, it is best applied when the tires are dry to like semi-dry. I like going on with a dry tire with it. I think you have the best effect. I think it adheres the best. Once you start diluting it with water, it's just the full effect really isn't quite there and it kind of look a little bit patchy and blotchy. But a good PSS application, I mean, shoot, dude, your tires could look good for a month, over a month. I mean, I've had tires that looked great with a PSS application for like 2 months. It kind of just depends on how they're driven and where they're driven. But let's go ahead. I'll dry these off. Sid's going to knock out the windshield here with some more Reflect. And oh, that glass feels good. Did I say that there might be a bottle of Reflect in one of the mystery boxes? Or did I wait?
You may have alluded to
I think
it.
I've revealed too much. Come over here. We got the Zamboni. We got the Dewar Zamboni over here. We got a Ryobi table saw. And then we have our Ego blower. So we're going to come over here and dry these bad boys off.
Iced Out Detailing LLC says, I want to share appreciation to Anthony for the Ultra Blower and Sydney for Crystal Wash. Been listening to you guys here. It's great.
I want to share appreciation to Anthony for the Ultra Blower and Sydney for Crystal Wash. Crystal Wash is
thank you guys.
The bomb.
And Hokey, too, with a question about Reflect.
So it's on the way. That I can tell you that I believe it is leaving the U.S. this week, but it's on its way. So it'll be there soon. It is a new product. It came out, let's see, it was released at SEMA, and then I think it became available in December or January. So yes, it is on its way. I know that it is packed, ready to go, ready to be picked up, so it'll be to you soon.
All right. DS here saying, that Audi's beginning to gleam like a pot of gold.
Yeah, it is starting to resemble more of a pot of gold, right?
And then Graydon here with a good question. My answer is already yes. I love it.
Oh my gosh.
He's asking, what's your opinion on the RS6 Avant? That
would be
Audi.
one of my dream cars.
If you're not aware, Graydon, we have detailed one here live on the program with Adam Patali from Adam's Polishes. It was his personal RS6 Avant. So if you're curious to see us detail one of those in a video, it exists. You can find it in the live details right here on the Rag Company channel.
Yeah.
But of course, finish the stream before you go looking at that. Then I've got a whole queue of other questions here. If you'd like, I can get to those, Sid. I've got this one right here.
Oh man,
Wondering.
I always answer this one the same way. So I'm just a huge fan of the Liquidator. I think the Gauntlet is good, but I use way too many sealants as drying aids. And so I will ruin a Gauntlet in a heartbeat the way that I detail. So the Gauntlet is a great towel. But if you like to use drying aids with SiO2 or anything like that, you're probably going to want to stick with the Liquidator. I'm a big fan of the Liquidator. I also do primarily rinseless wash, right? And the Liquidator is just made for rinseless wash. So.
And I totally agree with that. I would say you're not really going to run into a scenario where either is going to harm the finish on a car. That's the whole point of these towels is to be safe. However, if you were to feel them both back to back, I think your instinct would tell you, oh, the Gauntlet, that's softer. Because the Liquidator, that twist loop pile, I remember when I first started experiencing those twist loops, I was like, this feels like a burlap sack. Initially, I was like, I don't know about this. But then actually using it, never heard a thing with one. Really, unless you're applying crazy pressure and like trying to hurt something, you're not going to. Especially if you have like a drying aid, some kind of lubrication. You're really not going to have a problem, even on soft painted cars. But on the off chance that you do have a car with just that incredibly soft paint where bad things always seem to happen to it, if I had to point you in a direction, I would say the Gauntlet probably has the softer fibers down at like the smallest level, but neither one should hurt the finish on your car. Then I did have a good question here from Alessio, kind of in a similar vein. You guys are now using the liquidator, but what are your guys' favorite towels from TRC? Like, if you could only have a few ones, which would you choose?
The blue FTW, the orange FTW. And
I was going to say FTW all the way.
Every single FTW.
Everything
the gray
FTW.
one. Yeah, everything FTW for sure.
People, the people who know the FTW understand how awesome it is, but people who haven't tried one, they have no idea what they're missing. It is incredible. And it's the one towel, I say this a lot now, that I feel comfortable. I could hand it to anybody, any experience level, and say, go use XYZ product with it, and they're not going to have a bad experience. Whereas like other towels, while they may be great, sometimes the pairing with different products, like on a window, using a old school like style glass towel may be kind of grippy or whatever. FTW just glides.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
They're just perfect for everything.
Yeah.
Well, that smells like a serious situation.
It is a serious situation.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to get Jimmy's attention to show you guys the PSS application. So anyways, we got Plastar here. So PSS from Coach Chemi. This is a really
Now you're on him.
really easy to use product. Great on trim, great on tires, rubber, you name it. I've been using this stuff. It's one of actually the first products I really fell in love with from Coach outside of GSF, and it's amazing. So this tire, I wish it was drier than what it was. I kind of explained earlier, going on dry is usually the best. It's got a little bit of wetness there on the bottom, but we're going to go ahead and show you kind of the application. So I usually like to give my applicator like a decent amount of product. Like I'm using it to try to get through at least multiple tires here. So I'll apply it, and you can see it goes on pretty wet, right? So I'm going to take that and then start gliding that in and start spreading that around. So this isn't a product you'd use with a brush. Like this isn't like like full send, right? You could use with a brush. This is just too watery, so it's just best to throw it onto an applicator and then kind of drown an area, let it kind of self-level, let it find itself. If you have like really deep tread patterns, I'll kind of like blot it until it starts to run just a little bit, and then it'll kind of find its way, and then I'll go around, apply that. But the problem is once you get to like an area of water, even though this is silicone free, the second you get to like an area with water, it kind of dilutes it a little bit, and it can kind of start to look a little patchy. So I'll have Sid do this next one here, but we'll go ahead and finish that out. And
Cool.
Then you can see, still putting off a little browning. PSS will show you if you've done a bad job cleaning the tire.
And does it take another coat? Like if you after it sets up and you see that blotchiness, does you can't really put on another coat?
You can touch it up.
Oh, okay.
But for the most part, like I very rarely will I layer more of this product.
Okay.
I usually call it good with the one application, or I'll just take the existing applicator and kind of go back over that area.
Okay. It definitely is a different feeling process, right? Of laying
Oh yeah,
it
it's
down.
like putting on some type of it's like a mixture of olive oil with water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not like putting on lotion the way like dressings and stuff are. It has way different viscosity than that.
I do feel like though you can see where it didn't take it. So like down here, I can definitely see where maybe it was too wet.
Yep.
So that is kind of nice that you can see it before it totally sets in.
Oh yeah. And then what we can do, so we'll let this set up, and it will be, after it dries, it is dry to the touch. It's not greasy feeling at all whatsoever. I've never had Plastar sling on me, ever.
No.
Not once.
Cool.
It's just
That's
like,
why
it
I love
doesn't
it.
sling. I don't know why. It just doesn't sling. I don't know I think it's because it adheres so well. I think that's probably half of the reason why there's no sling, because it sets up and it sticks. And I think that when dressings don't stick, and they don't set up properly, you get sling. So it's a really, really good look. And if you want to knock it down a little bit, you can. But what's crazy is that this will probably stay looking like this for like a month, more than a month. It's that decent. And if you do a better job of cleaning the tire, you'll get even more life out of it than that. And so I think it looks really good. I think that's like, I'm not even going to knock it down, because I think that look is pretty proper. So
Yeah.
What do you think, Sid?
I like it. Yeah, it's quite interesting. I can see where like if you were going to switch to this, you'd really want to, maybe clean the wheels and tires twice, and then of course having them be all the way dry. But no, I think it's really I'm excited to see
Look,
what it
I
looks
mean, you
like
can't
with them
even-
dry.
Like, come here and touch this side over here, Sid. You have your glove on? I'll
I
have you
don't
probably
have my
take it
glove on,
off. And
But it's okay. I took my gloves off.
no, it's okay. I want you to bare hands.
Oh,
Just
okay.
rub that tire.
Oh yeah, it's like it feels like brand new, like super slick.
But then there's nothing on your hand.
Right. Yeah. Wow, that's nice.
No, that's a big reason
Very
to
cool.
love
It's
it. That's why it's one of my
it's a
favorites.
pleasurable product, and that's why when Coach told us that they were bringing over tire glaze, I was kind of like, well, do you need
have
to? Yeah, do you need to? And they're like, oh, tire glaze is amazing, and they're right. It is. It's really good. I've tried it. It puts on a really, really good show, and it has a really nice look to it. But like, for me, I was like, I've already got PSS. Like we're set, dude. We don't need tire glaze. And then we tried it and we go, okay, there is some differences. They are different products, and so, but PSS is still kind of like my fave.
Sheepstar is saying tires turn things brown. It's not related to how well you cleaned it.
Tires turn things brown. Is that what he said? Tires turn things
I
brown?
wonder if he just means tires just turn brown, which is true.
Yeah,
They
well,
just-
yeah, no, tires do turn brown, but I'm just saying, like, if you do a decent job cleaning
Mm-hmm.
the tire first, you may just remove some of the transfer that you would get onto
Right.
your
Yeah.
onto your
Yeah, and the other
sponge.
thing is the reason tires turn brown is from UV, right, rays. And so I think that, with products like this, if you can block their UV rays, maybe they won't turn as brown next time, which is nice.
Actually, now that you say that, I think every single time I've put PSS on my tires, they've never gotten
Gotten
back
the
to where
browning
they
back,
were. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends, but maybe
Right.
it's just because I've kept up on them. Maybe because I've just done
Yeah.
some occasional tire cleaning, but I don't know. That's just
I'd
me.
like to
this
agree
next.
with
I like
Steve
it.
here.
Yeah.
Said, I heard hitting the thumbs up button will bring you good luck and possibly a pot of gold. So if
Think so,
everybody
Steve.
who's listening right now could just take a moment, click that thumbs up, that would definitely help us out. But also, I do have many other questions here, so I don't want to interrupt your guys' work. But Neil White saying Happy St. Patty's Day. Thank you,
St.
Neil.
Patty's Day, Neil.
Right back at
Patrick's
you.
Day.
Then Hokey2 saying, I love PSS. I use it on my tires too. Have you tried tire glaze from Koshemi?
Yep. So we're just talked
Yeah.
about that. Tire glaze is also good. It's just different. Yeah, it has a different look, different application. Let's see. Ryan says I found PSS in the back of a cabinet and started using it again. It's just lovely. It is just lovely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Then I've got DS here saying, I stole this idea from Sydney's podcast this morning. What are your favorite green colored products?
Oh, yeah, we did talk about that this
Little
morning.
on brand.
We talked about
We
all the
did.
different green products.
We did.
What's your favorite one?
I got to think about it.
green colored product. Gosh.
Creature Edgeless. I love the Creature Edgeless.
Yeah, that's an easy one, Dane.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The Armor line.
I love all of the Armor
whole
lines, so
line,
maybe that
yeah.
counts for something. Full send, right? Not full send.
Send's orange.
Wide open. Wide open. Sorry.
There you go. Yeah,
Wide
wow,
open.
Way to just drop the...
Off-road wash. Yeah.
He was
great.
stuck on the orange.
I was stuck on the
What
orange.
about the Shamrock Shine?
Shamrock
That was-
Shine.
wasn't that your-
limited
Wasn't that
edition.
your deal?
Yeah, limited
Yeah.
edition
Yeah,
Shamrock
Shamrock
Shine. I
Shine,
wonder
yeah.
if anybody still has a bottle of that.
I do. I have a whole bottle.
Do you?
Yeah, we talked about that this morning, that I had a confession to make, and this was no dig at any company. This is a dig at myself, was that I said I could have never worked for Adams Polishes because they came out with too many versions of different products. I think it's so cool, but I don't like when a product is altered. So you know how I was with Blue Bead Maker, and so the Shamrock Shine was
Some
kind
strong
of the
feelings.
same for me. Yeah, it's just I'm just not a fan of altering products because
Sid likes
them
things to
the
be
way
pure.
I just like them the way they are.
Pure.
Yeah, so
Now-
that was a dig on me, not on Adams, by the way.
Kane
love
here
Adams.
saying the car looks so nice. I
It
don't know if
does.
it's possible, but could somebody give
does.
another walk around? Can we see the
looks
finished
great.
product now, please?
Yeah, we'll walk
It
around
looks
with our
awesome.
little,
I think
gonna catch some of these drips
like look
here.
at the tires, right? This is like the moment of when like a tire will start to look crappy again after dressing it because you go, maybe it's all right. It looks
Yeah.
awesome.
They look nice.
Looks deep and black.
Love that. Excellent.
Oh yeah, Jimmy's getting a good shot.
I better check my drying job back
So
there.
Dane, how many likes for you to throw it back out here and put
Yeah.
on the costume again?
The thing is, I think the costume helped him channel that.
No, it did.
And
it really did.
Yeah.
Well, and I could
It's
see
like you
I could
play
see
the
the fear in
part,
his
right?
father's eyes when Jeff watched it for the first time.
Did he
Dane's
love
father. Dane's father.
Did he say, Dane, I didn't know
Dane
you
was
had
just
moves like that.
Dane, my
massacre my boy.
he goes, my son
He said,
never
"Who
ceases to surprise
taught
me
you that? Who
with
taught
his
you that?"
skills. And I said, Jeff, we agree with you. Dane is a man of many skills, and flexibility is one of those.
It took us all for a loop. It took us all for a loop.
Fine detailing saying the car looks amplified.
Yep.
I think it definitely looks amplified
Yeah.
for a car that goes through, I think, the car wash periodically and gets covered in road tar. Crap, dude,
Yeah.
this thing looks great.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of love here. Everybody agreeing the car looks awesome now. And yeah, I'm glad you guys took the time to actually show it up close near the beginning so people could, in fact, see it was dirty.
It was very
It
dirty.
drives me crazy how many times somebody just thinks they're the smart guy in the room. They're running, cleaning a clean car.
Right.
It's like, it's not actually clean. You get up close and you realize the camera hides a lot, but
Yeah.
you get up on it, it truly was dirty. So, car looking
Agreed.
great. Loving the fun color, and I do have a number of questions, but I think this is a good one for everybody to kind of learn from. Ninja. Hi guys, will a ceramic spray sealant ruin a drying towel like a coating ruins my leveling towels if I don't soak them right away, or is there a little grace period?
Yeah, I would probably get on it right away.
That's why I like the spraying the rags to riches. I feel like that has
Yeah.
just cut out a lot of a lot of that.
Yeah.
Preventing you from having to soak it. Try the spray with rags to riches for sure.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, does it ruin them like a coating towel? No.
No,
because
not to
a
that
coating
extent.
has true SiO2 content, right? A much higher content, and they'll actually make them like somewhat crispy and can cause damage to the car. Whereas ruining a drying towel with a spray sealant is really just going to make it non-absorbent. It's
Correct.
not going to ruin the surface of the car,
Yeah.
whereas using coating towels could.
Yeah.
So try the rags to riches spray on after you use it. Hack.
Yeah, so just mix up what do you do, an ounce and a third
I
ounce?
do like a half an ounce to
Half an
16
ounce?
ounces. Yeah.
Okay. And you spray the towels before going in for a wash, right?
Yeah. I just so after I use this, I just spray them down and then throw them in my dirty laundry.
Done deal.
It's just hanging right on my laundry basket.
This is, Chris, this is paint. This is
Yeah.
paint. So the
That's an
car came in
Audi
this
color.
color.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is an Audi orange.
And Demo, Dane would still be foaming the car if he was washing today.
Oh, yeah, he would.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
Dane had a time limit that he had to hit, which was longer than we have here.
I had to drag it out for 2 hours. So,
Yeah.
you know what, guys?
That's really hard.
I understood the assignment.
Yep.
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 There's a lot of love for the fact that we were, Steve, of course, with the Volkswagen comment here, Anthony. I really appreciate you all detailing a Volkswagen product that is painted in KTM orange, British Racing green next. I
Yeah.
agree. I love BRG.
Yeah.
Me too.
We need to collect them all, right?
Me too. Yeah.
And this one's also good. Bree, who is new to this, asking a lot of good questions. Is 70-30 blend softer than a 75-25 blend? It's very small, negligible, but it is in fact softer. It is
Theoretically,
in
yeah.
fact more absorbent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because polyamide, that's the smaller percentage in there, the smaller part of the ratio, because it's the more expensive part, that's what controls the softness and the absorbency, generally speaking. Then I've got, if I use a drying aid, the towel, liquidator, or gauntlet goes into a bucket with rags to riches to soak. So we kind of address this a few different ways today, but yeah, that's a good move. So anybody who's thinking, I'm worried about those SiO2 sealants and stuff, just have rags to riches on hand, have a little bucket ready, and should be good to go. Then lastly, we've got a few people, what to look on a good wheel cleaner. Raditi Silva. So I think he's looking for a good wheel cleaner. So as far as what you guys did today, just in case he missed it.
Brake Buster, PNS, awesome. Great wheel cleaner, magic wheel cleaner from Coach Kemi.
Wheel cleaner from ADS.
Yeah.
I think it just depends on like the service that you're doing. So Brake Buster is going to be great for like the maintenance, weekly washes. If you need to kick that up a notch, I use Crystal Wash underneath the Brake Buster. But if you have a lot of iron present, Magic Wheel Cleaner or ADS Wheel Cleaner are both super great options.
True.
You can't really go wrong with any of those, though.
And let's see. I've got a question here also from Arch wondering, is using a decon soap on an uncoated car useless?
No.
I don't
because
think
it's
so.
taking care of contamination. All cars get contamination. They don't care
Right.
if they're coated or not.
And Brian, also very helpful, telling us the actual name of the color. It's called Pulse
wondering. Okay,
Orange
cool.
by Audi.
Dean, are you an Audi or an innie?
I'm not severed, but if I was,
I was talking about your belly
imagine-
button.
Oh, sorry. Different, I guess. Any then, I guess. All right. Anyway, Dark Dragon, before we go totally off the rails, I want to get Dark Dragon here. If you could make a special edition green version of a product, what would it be and what scent? I think that's a good way to kind of wrap this up.
Okay, let's think about that. You know what I would make that I think would be fun, that I've seen these in other countries, is like an actual colored foam. Like I want the foam to be a color, right? Instead of white. Especially for this right here. That would be great, right? If we had a colored foam. And then I would probably make it Jolly Rancher green apple scent.
I like that.
Like
I'm into that.
Nickelodeon slime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
Man, I don't know what the heck I would choose, if I'm honest. That's tough. Dang. I don't know. I mean, I think quick detailers are the most fun. I think soaps are fun. Maybe I'd do like another type of soap. Maybe I'd have that be green, and maybe the scent I would have it be. Oh, that's tough.
That is tough. Not a lot of green things smell good.
Not a lot of green things, but
lot
I
of
would
vegetables.
probably do like some type of like fun, like mojito, margarita.
I was gonna say like a basil.
Kind of like something
would be
like
fun.
basil,
Yeah.
like, but it's
Yeah.
like fresh, but it's
Right.
also summery.
Fruit and basil.
Yeah, something like that.
Watermelon,
Yeah,
basil would be fun.
something like that.
Yeah.
So, Dane, that is going to be it for us today here on the floor in the wash bay. Sydney, thank you so much for joining me today.
Always a good time.
It's St. Patrick's Day, which means you
is.
guys got to get out there. You guys got to wear some green.
Yep.
Maybe grab a drink of some sort, whether it be a coffee, a Guinness, whatever is going to make you most happy. Maybe a little bit of corned beef and cabbage, right? A few potatoes.
Before you
Sid?
go,
Or Italian soup, whatever floats your boat, right?
the
Yeah.
sale.
Yeah, so
That's
a
what I
couple
wanted
mystery
to point
kits
out.
left. That's super exciting. You want to get that
Do
golden
we have
ticket.
a couple? We still have 3 mystery kits left, right? Scroll down for me, Nick. What are we working with? Okay, we still have 3 options
1,
available.
3, and 4.
1, 3, and 4. 2. I don't know why everybody gravitated towards 2, but they did.
Yeah.
So here we are. But yeah, head to theradcompany.com. Mystery kits are going to be $77.77. We do have our Rag Company Willy Wonka sticker theme that we have going on. We're going to get a sticker in every box. All these kits are just chock full of amazing products that I think you guys are all going to love. And really, I mean, that's it, man. I mean, that's all we got.
Yeah, just don't forget, for a stroke of luck, you got to hit the like button.
Yeah.
Yes, and that was going to be my point here at the end. If you're not subscribed to the Rag Company YouTube channel, what are you doing? You guys watched this live stream. Presumably you enjoyed it because you're here at the end. I hope you hit like while you were at it, but also make sure you're subscribed if you're new here. If you're just learning, we want to be the place you tune into to learn some more. So you can always look forward to Anthony and Sid dropping in here to give you new tips and tricks and show you what products will do the job. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for this wonderful detail. And that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. We'll catch up with you later this week, where Sydney and I are going to sit down and have a little Q&A Thursday. So you can look forward to that around this time on Thursday. We'll see you then. Have a good one.